Hi there, students. Welcome to Grammar. We are going to review today about the library, the main parts of the library. We're going to review a little bit about sequencing that you did yesterday, and you read the Little Red Hen story. So to begin, let's refresh our memory, and let's talk a little bit about the library. We said there are main parts in the library. What are these main parts? How many did we learn about? Show me with your fingers. Do you have 3 fingers up to show me? Very good. Yes, there are 3 main parts to a library, and we talked about each one of those. The first one we talked about was, can you tell me the first one that we talked about? Did you say fiction? Very good. And what does fiction mean? Good. All the stories in a fiction book are stories that are not true. So those stories or places or people or events in the story are not true. That's what we call fiction. And right now we are reading Flat Stanley for Read Aloud. Is this fiction? Yes, it's fiction. The read aloud that we read a few weeks ago, Sarah, Plain and Tall, was this fiction? Yes, it was a story, a beautiful story, but that somebody made up. It's not true, not real. Very good. Those are our examples of fiction books. All right, so that's the first part. How about the second part? What's another main part of a library? We have fiction. What's the next one? Did you say nonfiction? Very good. What is nonfiction? Very good. Nonfiction is the opposite of fiction. So nonfiction books are stories about people, places, things, or events that are true. And the example that we gave were biographies. And what is a biography? A biography is a story about a person, about somebody. So biographies tell the true story of people and what they did in their life. And like I told you last time, this is the one that I'm reading. It's a biography of a person named Bonhoeffer. So this is a nonfiction because everything in this book is true. Very good. So those are 2 main parts of a library. Now we need one more. What's the third main part of a library? Yes, reference. The reference portion of the library. What is the reference? What can we get in the reference section? Very good. Books that tell us about different types of things. Things about countries or sports or subjects at school. So references, they give us information. They give us facts. And the example I gave you of one, a sample of a reference is a dictionary. You will find a dictionary in the reference section, and a dictionary gives you information about words. And another very familiar reference books are the encyclopedia. All of those books give us information about different subjects. Very good, boys and girls. Well, now you know the different parts of the library, the 3 main parts of a library. Fiction, not true. Nonfiction, true. References give you information. Now, every time you go into your library at home, you can pick a book and you can choose and you can identify to which part of a library that book belongs to. You could say that it belongs to fiction, nonfiction, or reference. Very good. So yesterday you were able to read a little story about the little red hen. And the reason you read that was because we are learning about sequencing. And I hope you followed the steps on how to make bread. And I wonder if any of you baked some bread after seeing that recipe. So sequencing is things that come in order. So when you're following a recipe, you need to follow the order that it tells you. Because if you do the last thing first or the first thing in the middle, it will not turn out the way that it should. Just like alphabetizing. Alphabetizing is a form of sequence because everything has an order. Alphabetizing, we put things in ABC order. If we were to say, let's put things in numerical order, numerical means numbers. So we would put things in order by numbers. So in the Little Red Hen activity, you did how to make bread. Today, what I'd like for you to do after we finish watching this short little video, I'd like you to read the Little Red Hen again or listen to it as you look through it through the video. And if you have a copy of it, that is even better to be able to flip through the pages. So I hope you do have a copy of it. But if you don't, that's okay. That's why we sent you a little video of the book. I'd like for you to read the book again. And then I'd like you to take out your worksheet and we're going to work on, it says sequencing chart. So in sequence, remember things that go first, second, third, fourth. We're going to fill this sequencing chart. So yesterday you worked on a recipe, how to make bread, and today you are going to sequence the events that happened in the story. So we're going to make it like into a movie. So you are going to draw or write what happens in the beginning. You're going to draw or write what happens in the middle of the story, and then you're going to draw or write what happens at the end. So you'll have yourself a little movie strip of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the Little Red Hen. Now, this is a great way for you to pay close attention to the events of a story. It's important to know what events happen first, because as the events take place, then it makes the story makes more sense and we could enjoy things better. Whether it be making bread, we have to follow an order. We have to follow a sequence. Or if it is reading a book, we need to follow the order of events that happen in a book or in a movie. All right, boys and girls, so you have a little bit of work to do. Go read that book again and then sequence the events of the story. All right, boys and girls, you are doing great. Keep on working hard because you are all hard workers. Yay, way to go, first grade. We will talk later. Bye.